down, talk to them. We're going to find out more about their process of how they started as a nonprofit, where they are with nonprofits, what they're looking for, how you can help out, and all this other things. So that way, it will help inspire you. Because let's just say I'm based in Bradenton right now, but I'm recording in Sarasota, which isn't too far away. But the thing is, let's just say you're randomly hearing me in Connecticut and you're like, Joe, I can't support someone in Sarasota or Bradenton. That's, too far for me. Well, that's fine. I want you to go out there and find a local nonprofit that you want to help or inspired to see. To give you a little bit back history on that, one of my past jobs I worked for part time was I worked for Best Buy up north in Pennsylvania, where I used to live near Philadelphia. And I was the community specialist slash hiring training coordinator. And as the community specialist, my role was to help support 501c3 nonprofits. So I would go out, see how Best Buy can help donate time, money, resources, any way we can, within reason, obviously, to help that nonprofit out. And as I went into that role, I found my passion even more to help nonprofits. Because once again, there are a lot out there, big names you hear. I'm not giving any of their names, but you know the big names we're talking about. But then you don't hear the little ones. And I can name a few little ones around here that you probably never heard of. Some of them you probably have, some of them you probably haven't. So we're going to bring them on and we're going to talk about them. So that is a little bit more of the passion side of the nonprofits. So to go in a little bit more, I don't like to elaborate so much about me, and I know I've gone all over the place, but a little bit more about me is I'm originally from Philadelphia, PA area. Wasn't born in Philadelphia, born in Delaware County next to it. But my parents are born in South and Southwest Philadelphia, and we lived in Delaware County, in Aston, PA, and then we moved out to Exton, PA, which is Chester County, the next county over, which is more country. And we lived there from like late 80s to like all the way till 2016, 2015, 16, somewhere in there. But basically, I had a choice. Where was I going to go? I've lived in PA most of my life. I've grown as much as I can there. But everyone has growing pains, and where do you want to go? Well, definitely I was tired of the cold. I didn't want snow anymore. I didn't want ice anymore. I wanted something warmer. So with that, I had a choice. I can go to San Diego or I can go to here, Bradenton, Sarasota area, because I had family in either area. So with that, I kind of came down here in a whim for Easter break, and I visited family in Sarasota. And what did I do? I did what I always do when I'm looking for something for a job. I packed up my suit, printed up resumes, came down here, pounded the pavement. I meant door knock, phone call, email, send out resumes through Indeed and whatnot that was local to the area. And I think within the week I sent out like about 50 plus applications out there. Within the 50 plus, I got back 2 responses right away. We want you to work for us. Really want you to work for us. And I said, fine, that's great. So with that, within 2 months, I moved down here, and I am now stationed down here in Bradenton, Sarasota. My first job down here was working for a brokerage house called Florida VIP Realty in Lakewood Ranch. And basically, I worked under Helene, and she was very lovely, and I loved her. And within 3 months of doing the job of marketing, admin, video, social media, website, all this other stuff, she looked at me and said, wow, you're doing such a great job. How do you want to make more money? My response was, duh, who doesn't want to make more money? Tell me how. So she looked and said, well, you're going to need your license. And we said, well, what does that include, license? And she goes, well, your real estate license. I want you to be the assistant to the broker. And I said, okay, fine. What do we have to do? So long story short, process, everything like that. I got licensed as a realtor. And with that, I worked for them for a couple months more. And then their marketing budget shifted when they opened up a new company. And I, unfortunately, because the marketing budget got shifted, they couldn't afford. So with that, I'm still good friends with them. I still keep in contact. I still have drinks with them. And I said, look, I feel very obligated to work with you because you're a very great company. And they said, no, 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 you're awesome to work with, Joe, too. But when you become famous as a real estate agent, you come work for us. And I said, you got yourself a deal. So that's still in the back burner. And I'm still looking out for them. I worked for Keller Williams for about 9 months. And before I started working with them, I asked a lot of friends and family that were in the real estate business and mentioned to them, hey, look, I have my license. Where do I go? Who's a good company to start out with? They all said the same thing. KW has great training. And I said, okay. But they kind of warned me some other things. And I said, okay. So I was with KW, like I said, for 9 months. But I found they weren't for me. So I'm now with Weichert Realtors, Hallmark Properties, which I met Steve Moser, who actually sent me a postcard, handwritten, a note card, I should say, not postcard, a handwritten, inviting me to interview with him. And I met him at another event. Like I said, I'm socially inept that I go everywhere and socialize and network. So I met him again a couple months later, talked, and now I've moved over to the brokerage house with him. I've found my happiness with Weichert. I am no longer looking to move anywhere at this time, but you never know. Things could happen. But at this time, I'm happy with Weichert Realtors Hallmark Properties. So the final piece of the component, like I said, I'll tell you a little bit more, is just recently I got brought on as a marketing manager for Joni's cleaning service. So with that, like I said, Joni and I had met through another networking event, and we had talked and had a one-to-one and, very lovely conversations that we found out about each other. Well, later on, another friend of mine, Jason Evans, reintroduced me to Joni because Joni was looking for some help for marketing. So he referred me and said, Joe will help you. Lo and behold, she called me up. I started talking to her, and now I'm working for her part-time. Like I said, I make sure that I have all time for my clients, and I make sure I give every bit of time for them. And with that being said in mind, that gives you an overall gist of me, my show, and everything like that. If you know of any nonprofits that you want to nominate to come on the show, or reach out for me to reach out to, contact me at design_perspectives at hotmail.com. I repeat, design_perspectives at hotmail.com. I can also be reached by my phone number at 610-291-2326. That is also, if you want to also come on to my show and share a little bit about yourself as well, whether you want to give tips or tricks, talk about how you got started in the business, or, just find out a little bit more about you. So in the 9 to 5 job spots, who knows? So other than that, I just wanted to thank you for listening to me. I know I was very long-winded in this little introduction, but as we go forward, going into the process and whatnot, we will definitely make sure that we bring great information to you from great sources. That way you can learn tips and tricks, find your entrepreneurship, find the nonprofits that you want to help support, and just overall be a great community and network. So with that, I want to welcome you to Socially Joe, and I hope you enjoy my next guest with J&E Photography with Jesus and Erica. And as we go forward, like I said, you want to be part of the show, give me a call at 610-291-2326. Have a great day.